What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from RC Nightmare. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. We've got an absolute metric ton of RCs to go through in our return tour here at RC Nightmare. So if you enjoy these type of videos, please do make sure you leave a like on them. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe down below. It absolutely helps a ton. Your comments and likes help new people find the videos, and I greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be taking a look at something that never was really on my radar of an RC to ever own because, well, previously they've all been pretty terrible. And this is the Losi Promoto-MX, which is their quarter scale dirt bike RC, one that they claim, and through reading many reviews of the product, you can hold wheelies, you can do jumps and all this type of things. There's a gyro that helps keep things balanced that spins up to 22,000 RPM just to keep it upright at slow speeds and things of that nature, just like a regular motorcycle. And you know, this particular one, a lot of the specs I'm going to talk about aren't really that relevant. They're not going to be the normal kind of stuff you hear, because normally we talk about, oh, is it an aluminum chassis? Oh, what big bore shocks? Oh, is it, you know, what does it have for A-arms? And does it have, you know, this, that, and none of those parts really even exist on this. Some of the interesting things about the Promoto X, of course, is its construction, in the way that it's got a front cable-driven disc brake. It's got lean bars, of course, as you would want, and many other actual, like, scale effects. Like the chain actually is a realistic chain that moves, things of that nature. This is a 2S lipo capable RC, but it also has you don't have to buy some stupid obscure, you know how you always had these like, oh, I need a soft pack for this, or I need a hard pack for that, or this fits a traditional 2S lipo battery, which is absolutely huge because look, the battery, it's just like power tools. The batteries are, you know, this unending pain in your rear. Oh, I got to have a 3S, a 2S. Oh, this one is a Dean's adapter. This has a Traxxas adapter. This has that adapter. Well, that's enough of a pain, which hasn't really gone away. But at least this fits a standard battery. You know, otherwise they talk about it's a 2200 kV motor, I think, if I remember, or 2700 kV motor, as well as that's the flywheel unit, of course. And then they have the Firma 3800 kV brushless motor. So there's two different motors, one running the flywheel and one running the actual kit, which is pretty interesting. I haven't had a lot of experience with Spectrum other than their RC, you know, their controlling units, their remotes. But this thing weighs about 8 pounds. They say it's quarter scale. It's about 20 inches long by 17 inches high. Let's get it open because there's not really a ton to talk about, you know, because it's so unique. You know, there's nothing else really to compare this thing to. You know, you look at a Traxxas Slash, you can talk about various short course truck things that are unique to short course truck, things that aren't unique to it. But in this particular case, almost everything is unique to this unit. It comes very nicely packaged. Now, interestingly enough, you have the rider, which is, I guess, part of it you'd want to have, you know, a realistic rider, not only for the scale effects, but maybe balancing and other things of that nature too. And you've got like kind of your starting block here, which I think we can utilize here to hold it up. And inside the box, you also have quite a bit of other stuff. They give you some chain lube, because again, you have an actual chain to deal with. Then you got your tool kit, which is common. Then you have your display block. I don't know what you would really call it, but it goes underneath there, sits on that. And then you get various spacers and replacement parts. Oh, they actually do give you a battery. Oh, no, I'm not sure. Let me see what this is. I didn't read if they gave you a battery or not, to be honest with you. This looks like a LiPo battery box, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like it's a LiPo. But it is a LiPo. So you've got, they give you a little 2S hard pack 50C LiPo. Obviously, you can go all the way up. You can change the C ratings. You can go get yourself a 70, 80, 90 C battery. You get a little hotter LiPo if you want some more performance. But, you know, I like that they include the LiPo with it. The remote, of course, your standard kind of Spectrum remote that they include with a lot of their Losi includes a lot with their RTR stuff. And in here, I'm not sure what this is. Another little package inside here. There's a lot of stuff that goes in here. I'm not sure what this is. It is, I think this is a battery charger. Look how tiny it is. This, I believe, is the Spectrum Smart Battery Charger, and it just charges off USB. Am I being totally stupid? No, I think this is. Boy, I have not seen, as the technology has changed, this is a really small battery charger. You know, I come from the era of having power labs and huge, you know, battery power units, which then went to a charging unit. This thing is, I don't know, the size of a freaking credit card. And it charges over USB, which to me, boy, I wonder what the charge times are like. If only I had some tech guy that could nod one way or another if it's gonna suck, but yep, it's gonna suck. Okay, so you're gonna wanna charge, you know, that is a huge letdown. USB, I can't even believe what I'm looking at. You're gonna want, I mean, whatever, it comes with it, it's fine. But if you have any other charger available, I gotta think you don't wanna be USB charging. But again, that's not the kit. So when we look at the actual kit, the thing has a good amount of weight in it. You have basically this, like as a starting block, you know, you put this in, and now you can, because you need to start it standing up. But then you have, and this is pretty beefy too, you also have this to sit it on, I think, if I'm not a total idiot. There you have that. You know, a lot of this is gonna come down to exactly how this thing even performs, because you have these like long, you know, keep you upright kind of things, but you have, you know, an actual real chain that's driving this. And where you put the battery is actually underneath the, right underneath your butt on the actual kit. And there's looks like a little clip, yep, a clip tab. I feel like that might be prone to fall out because it goes right here, but maybe not. I feel like that could be problematic, but I can't say that until we run it. Obviously, the only thing that's gonna matter with this, and the tires are nice and soft actually, so it's not, you know, they're not like cheap toy tires. They seem well designed for this. The only thing that's gonna matter is whether or not this dang thing stands up when you're running it. And, you know, based on some of the reviews I've seen, based on some of the, you know, the running videos, it looks like it does a good job of that. Now, to get at anything in here is exceedingly more of a pain in the rear than normal. You have, you know, here on the right side, you have a tiny little power button built in here, which you might not be able to see. But if you ever have to work on this thing, you're taking it all the way apart. That's one thing that kind of, I don't know if you can even, I can't confidently call that a negative, just because it's like, you know, what do you want? It's a motorcycle. You don't have the same room. You don't have the same access. You're gonna have to take some of the body panels off. All of the electronics are packed into this case right here, which looks like it has Allen key screws that you're gonna have to take off to get at things. This particular unit, you know, I don't think is intended for somebody to be wrenching on it. It's not intended to be upgraded. It's not intended to be customized. It's intended to plug, play, and have a little bit of fun with. And I think that that's pretty cool. It looks like they made these jerseys actually removable. There's like a zipper on the jersey, so maybe they'll sell some custom ones, or maybe you can get the rider you want. I don't know much about moto. My brother-in-law races them. He probably knows who this is, but I don't know who it is. It's going to be interesting to see. I hope it's more than just a gimmick, and you can let me know in the comment section down below if you have one of these. I hope it's fun. I hope you can like rip it, but it's a 2S and it's pretty big. So I'm not sure how fast this thing is really gonna go, but if you have yourself a little bit of a track, a little bit of a room, because this isn't very small. So you can't really run this inside and have fun with it. You're gonna have to have a little bit of room. This isn't gonna go through really tall grass, like a basher. You want dirt or concrete. Now, obviously, once you're on concrete, you're gonna scratch it up. That's fine, it happens. But if you have like a nice little dirt course that you put together for your 10th scale short course, or even 18th scale, this would probably have a lot of fun on it. And if you take it to the track, if you have an RC track near you that's built for 10 scale, I bet you this thing would rip. Going over the doubles and the singles, maybe even the triples. I don't know if it's fast enough for the triples, but it's not very heavy. So 2S will probably be enough to get this thing, up and running. Everything else that comes with it, I guess, is just looks like spacers and the tools. They give you some double A's, some double A's, some from Chinesium brand, Raymax for the remote that you're gonna probably last for like 12 minutes. But other than that, I don't know really what else to say about it. There's nothing to compare it to. It looks very realistic. It looks like if you like dirt biking, you probably like this thing. It's gonna come down to whether or not it's fun, which we'll figure out in our next video when we take it out and run. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like on it and subscribe down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.